Hello, welcome to yet another Cube Draft. This is Cube Draft 95, I think. So we're getting pretty close to getting where we want. Not really an interesting pack, is it? I'm looking to do broken things. I think creature-wise, this, and this are the strongest ones. Galactic usually hampers my own kind of deck. Mana Drain is by far the strongest card though. Mana Drain and Trend Dynamo with Dismember. Crucible has some value, but I think Mana Drain is just too strong to pass up here. The card is a bit over the top. And might as well pick it here. Also it's blue, it's probably the only blue one here. And I tend to be drafting blue. If I don't play Mana Drain, I don't play Mana Drain. It's not like I'm gonna miss any of these other cards, to be honest. Like maybe Trend Dynamo, depending on what I can pick up, but I don't see myself missing that. There's Tolarian Academy. There's also Entomb, in which case I'll go Reanimator. Entomb with Mana Drain does work somewhat. There's Sword of Light and Shadow, not really a big fan of this one. Tangle Wire is okay, but I think Entomb just has the better upside. Yeah, let's pick Entomb and then see what comes. Like maybe Obliterator Wheels and we'll have to play that, but seems unlikely. Mind's Desire. Oh man, could I really go for that? So Mind's Desire is basically a storm card, but you need a lot of mana acceleration. The fact that I can pick it up early makes it pretty good, but there's also Duress and Ralzarek and so on. I think I want to go for Mind's Desire. We tried forcing it the last time, to be honest. I was like, maybe Storm, maybe this. I just didn't get there. But I think Mind's Desire, even with a deck like where you run Entomb and stuff, is still good. Like if you can Mind's Desire for 3 or something, it's still a good card. The problem is you need like Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, something else to cast. Like you need a bunch of mana for this to be useful. But given that it's still early, I might just pick it up here. Or I just picked it up, it's not I might, I just did. The same then holds true for Empty Awareness. Like Empty Awareness is then a good card. I am gonna miss Pendant Prism Repeal, or Nozumi Grave Robber even, like Polluted Delta. But I think I want to try it out, like, although with Mana Drain it's just not that great. Usually do want like to, maybe if you can get Brain Freeze, it's better. You could just pick Delta, hope Empty Wheels. Yeah, we'll see if Empty Wheels. I think Polluted Delta is a more solid pick. Yes, I want to Force Storm somewhat, but given that I already have double blue, we still had plenty of time to fix our mana base, but not for that card, to be honest. Mox Diamond is an okay one, but so is Damnation of Theomancer and Augur. Like, Augur already gets 3 cards. Theomancer is a pretty good one if you can get like Smokestack or Braids. And it's just good against creatures, but so is Damnation. I think Augur is actually a bit better. Just because we are running somewhat combo, so I think Augur is the way to go. Yeah, let's try it. Then we get Mesmeric Fiend. You have a Maya Ghost in case you want to splash green. For what exactly? No clue. Geist of Saint Trap, nah. I think Mesmeric Fiend is a bit better. Just against some control decks. There's also Goblin Electromancer. Maybe I picked up the Electromancer. Yeah. Let's go for the Electromancer. Like if Empty Awareness Wheels, and that has to be the card. Wow, there's Nicol Bolas, but there's also Sheoldred. Sheoldred I'll always play, like Entomb. Sheoldred is just too good to pass up. So the card is pretty sick. There's an Angel, but I think we want like Maze of It or Diabolic Edict or Skin Render. I'd rather have Edict because of Augur, so Edict it is. Although Skin Render is a good one, I think Edict is a little bit better. Maze of It would also be fine. But we want to be as many non-creature spells as we can. So Desecration Demon, another pretty good creature. Glad that I actually wheeled. Because like if we didn't pick Mana Drain, we would probably pick something like Desecration Demon. So, might as well pick it now. There's Phyrexian Obliterator, which is an okay card, but like maybe this is better if you do go the red splash. Nah, no way. No way it's better. So what do we want? We want like Yoggoth's Will. Vampire Nighthawk is an okay card here. Nezumi Grave Robber, huh? Nezumi Grave Robber is definitely better than anything else. Still don't really have a reanimation spell, and Entomb is pretty useless at this point, outside of, you know, maybe having Snapcaster Mage. I don't even know if that's in the format. But like, even if you don't play Entomb, Ortic is fine without it. Theomancer Wheels, nice. I like this card. At first glance I was like, this isn't that great, but then I had it played against me and realized, well, it creates token on your opponent's upkeep. So most of the time it's for 3 mana at 3/3, where you basically have a death touch token. You have so much ability to keep reusing those tokens for sacrifice effect, for chum blocking, for whatever. It's proof to Liliana, like it's just a good card. Now, blue, we haven't actually gotten a lot of blue cards. We got Mana Drain as a first pick, we got Mind's Desire as a third pick, and then Augur Ball is like a fifth or something. The one that steals artifacts was in the pack, but meh. Mind's Desire at this point not that great, and turns out that Empty Awareness did not wheel. So Goblin and Electromancer probably won't be in the deck, and we're currently a 2-color deck. Would you run a Nezumi Grave Robber outside of being Reanimator? And I think the answer to that is yes. The fact that it's a 2/1 for 2 makes it good enough. It's Graveyard Hate, plus it's just a late game bomb as well. Like if you can dump mana into this, empty his graveyard, he has to be scared of it. It becomes a 4/2 and then you just start reanimating stuff like Desecration Demons and so on. So it's strong enough. The problem, of course, at this point is that I'm trying to play the fair game, which I obviously don't like. But I mean, we're 1 pack deep, we still have plenty of cards to come. Molten Tail Masticore, that's okay. It's a discard effect, in case we have like really big creatures in our hand. But yeah, it doesn't look like Storm is possible. There's Demonic Tutor, but there's also Jace. I like Jace. Like Jace for me is probably one of the most bonkers cards. Sphinx of the Steelwind I will pick if it wheels and then try to splash it. I think it's a card worth splashing. But we're definitely looking for either reanimation, maybe splashing green, although I'm not really that big a fan of this. Demonic Tutor might wheel, although very unlikely. But we're definitely looking for mana acceleration here. Any kind of Mox we would slam, any kind of Signet we would take. Soul Ring, of course, Mana Crypt, like the broken ones we would definitely take. I'm not sure about the Mind's Desire at this point. Like, you usually want to go like Mind's Desire for 3 or something, and at this point that's only possible with a Mana Drain. Like, Mana Drain something big. Like, your opponent plays Channel, he plays 11, or he plays Emrakul. What happens if you... Was thinking about it. So there's a Signet, but there's also Liliana and Sphinx's Rev. The thing is, if we take Sphinx's Rev, we definitely want that Signet. The fact that it's not a blue Signet makes it a bit worse. So I think Liliana is a better card here. It's good against controllers decks because you make them discard cards. It's good against aggro because you make them sacrifice a creature and then waste something to attack this. Necrotal is fine as well, but I think Liliana is just a little bit better, so we'll take that. Not a Planeswalker. But at this point, like, what are we trying to do? We're just being the fair deck again. I dislike being fair. There's Hymn to Torek, which is great, but there's also Grave Titan and Kozilek. Like, Kozilek would be fine if I can Mind's Desire it, or you can never reanimate this, so... we could pick the Grave Titan and hope him wheels, but I think maybe our late game is solid enough that we want a card like him, just disrupt your opponent. And maybe these wheels, like this won't wheel, and I would very much dislike having it against me. If I turn 2, mana drain, a 3 spell cost, we can play this turn 3. I think that's the only... Yeah, let's pick the Grave Titan over the him. Hope the him wheels, but it seems so unlikely. Although we have been getting a lot of black. Like, maybe no one is black. There's Thoughtseize versus Maloku. I think we want the Thoughtseize. As much as I love Maloku, I think Thoughtseize is a bit better here. There's also Tundra and Scrublands. One of the two might wheel in case we get the Sphinx's Rev or just the Sphinx. Steelwind. What's actually the full name of that card? I have no clue what the name of that card is. Like it's 8 mana, 6/6, flying, whatever. But I have no clue. Sphinx or Steelwind or something. But yeah, I think we need some kind of discard effect. Like we're already a bit too reactive, so might as well make sure that we're a bit less. Griselbrand definitely slam here. It's way better than any of the other cards here. For me, that is. And if we can reanimate Griselbrand, that's a monster. Although at this point still, we have no single reanimation spell. Like, if you open Recurrent Nightmare, I'd be like, yeah, give me that card. But so far, no go. We're basically mono black with splashing blue for 3 cards at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Wow, we only have 4 instants and sorceries. So Augur is actually a lot weaker as well. There's another Jace, there's Ultimate Prize, there's Strip Mine. Crucible already passed, so that's out of the boat. I think Jace is a bit better than the Massacre Worm. And it's definitely better than Ashiok. I'm just not a big fan of that Jace, to be honest. Maybe Ultimate Prize is the better card, because you kill a creature. You do have some creature move, but not a lot. Ashiok, yeah. Not really a big fan of that. I think Massacre Worm, but then I'm too top heavy. I think this Jade is then the better card. Okay. Luther Ilkor, animated, definitely taking it. Was like Luther Ilkor Vampire. Oh, we haven't animated. Yeah, I mean, we were looking for reanimation spells. We got one. Let's take it. Wouldn't have minded Luther Ilkor because, you know, it is a discard effect. Pack Rats, huh? Pack Rat isn't that bad. Like, it usually wins the games and so on, but it's rather slow. Plus, you have to dump your mana into it every single turn. You can do it at instant speed though, but I don't think it's worth it. I think Isolated Chapel, given that we might get a Sphinx, is a bit better. And we will play the Sphinx. Although Murderous Cut might just be better. I'll go for the Isolated Chapel. I think the upside of that one is better. Like Sphinx's Rev on this Sphinx. This card and this card are also... Like, this is good against me. And this is good in my deck if I have it in my hand. But I don't think I can battle the Sphinx here. It's a good card. We want to reanimate it. So might as well pick it. We might not play it though, but I think it's good enough. Although Griselbrand does the same thing. So maybe Putrid Team then. Nah, I'm still gonna go for the Sphinx. So Sphinx's Rev doesn't wheel, which is obviously normal. So let's pick up a Necrotal. I think Necrotal goes into the sideboard. We'll see. Him does wheel, so definitely taking that one. Like, yeah, Isolated Chapel. There was also a pack with like Tundra and Scrublands or something. Like maybe one of those two wheels. I think I want like 3 fix for this. Force Spike is a bit better than Bone Shredder. These are 23 cards, but again, I don't think I would play Mind's Desire. Like, we don't even have a single Signet. Brain Maggot is actually okay. Ultimate Price versus Massacre Worm. I think it's Ultimate Price. Like, we did pass the... Lacerator. We did pass the, whatever it's called, Delve 5 mana, Destroy Target Creature. That card is good, by the way. But I mean, given that we passed that, we actually want another removal here. Thoughtseize is also fine because we can Thoughtseize ourselves. So we're looking for another reanimation spell, a Soul Ring by far. Marsh Flats would have been. Nah, I wouldn't have played it. But I can't pass up a Soul Ring. Like the card is just too good. Imagine turn 2 Jacing and stuff. Like the card is ridiculous. Maybe Underground Sea Wheels. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. But let's pick up a Soul Ring here. Didn't even look at all the other cards, huh? So I think Bolted Tail is out. Necrotal is out. Sphinx is probably out. I think something like Brain Maggot might not be in the main deck. Augur of Ball is probably out, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have some then. This is a tough one, right? So Nisa is a monster, by the way. There's another Jace. An okay Jace. There's Vampiric Tutor, which I do like. And Thirst for Knowledge, which is a splash, but it also allows me to discard cards. I think Vampiric Tutor is a bit stronger, right? Like just Vamp for like a broken card. And maybe like one of these two wheels. Although very unlikely, we haven't been getting a lot of blue, so I don't think one of those two wheels. But I don't think Vampiric Tutor will either. Yeah, let's go for the Vamp. I think we need a card like Vampiric Tutor. Man, why am I in black? I so dislike playing black base. What did I pick? Isolated Chapel over. Was it the Underground River? If it was, oh. Definitely would have liked Underground River here, given that a lot of my blue costs double. And a bunch of my black, obviously double black. Which is odd, right? Like, we've been getting so much black, but then the fix for that doesn't wheel. So maybe someone is splashing a really good black card? What would that be? So there's Living Dead, which is another good reanimation spell. There's also Coalition Relic. Preordain. I don't know, I have tried playing with Living Dead and we actually haven't been that successful with it. Like, we actually haven't played it that often. Bazaar Baghdad would have been fine if I did play Living Dead, I guess. So it's Coalition Relic versus Preordain. I think Coalition Relic is a bit better, so we'll go for that one. Though Preordain is a nice one. I like maybe one of those two wheels. Yeah, Coalition Relic just seems better. Wow, this is a tough pack. So we have the Mio, which I consider to be a really strong planeswalker, though I'm not 100% sure about it in this format. There's also Braids, but Braids is very likely to wheel here. There's Abyss and Watery Grave. I think we have to pick Tamio. Like, it's just a better planeswalker here. So Mind's Desire is out, by the way. There's Tezzeret, but again, not really useful for us. But there is a Reanimate. There's also Time Vault, but we don't have the untap for it, so it's not that great. For us, it is. Someone is gonna be really happy with it. But given that we know we have Entomb and some discards, I think we want to Reanimate here. There's Pessimite. There's Smokestack. So Smokestack, and then we go for a few Master stuff. Or we can just go for the better card, which is Hero's Downfall. A Smokestack is likely to wheel, right? Though it usually doesn't. I think Downfall is a bit better. There's Burst the Life, which is a bit too greedy. Actually not a big fan of this card. Like, unless I get Living Dead, and even then, like, this card is usually wasted. I think Fencer is obviously a better pick here. Yeah. Inkwell Leviathan, Ulamog, Lingering Souls. I don't think we can splash it. We can try Necropotence again and basically go mono black at one point. I think that's viable, to be honest, but like this route is out, right? There's no way we're playing white. And this, you know, as much as I like it, like these are just better reanimation targets. Might as well pick the Necro and not play it. Or maybe play it, like, we'll see. But it seems very likely I have like no way to get rid of it outside of Fencer. I guess Mars Flats. This pack is trash now. Wasn't there an underground river in there or something? Thirst for Knowledge seems like an okay card now. So let's pick that. Man, we could have had like a bit more cards, I guess. What do we have? 30? 7 cards need to go. 7. I think Augur, although. So Necro is out. I think Obliterator, Fencer is out. Obliterator is probably out. Although I'm not 100%. Yeah, I think the mana on that is a bit too greedy. Brain Maggot is probably out. Force Spike? I don't know. 26, so 3 more cards need to go. We're very heavy here, which is actually good because you won the shape deck. We do have a decent amount of powerful cards. And we did manage to pick up one of the best accelerations in Soul Ring. Mana Crypt in my eyes is always a better one, but Soul Ring is still fine. Like, turn 2 in Desecration Demon or Chasing is just too good. We do have a single shuffle effect. Yeah, Obliterator and Necro is just too greedy. Unless we go mono, which we're not. I think Bloodline Keeper, but we're not gonna play it. Watery Grave over Braids, yeah. As much as I like Braids with a Theomancer, I think Watery Grave has to be the pick here, given the color combination that we have. It would be way too greedy to pick the Braids there and not a Watery Grave. No Rod seems a bit better as a sideboard card. Gerald's Messenger, I guess. Although I won't play it. We're not that kind of deck. And Fire Blast. So 4 cards need to go. 4 cards need to go. How many creatures do we have? 9. Oh, Bloodline Keeper is gone. Vampire Nighthawk. Does kill things. Like Grave Robber actually seems good now, I think. But Augur seems pretty weak. We have 1, 2. Yeah, Force Spike basically loses value if you reveal it with Augur, but whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. So those 2 are basically creature removal. I think Theomancer is then the worst, given that we don't play Smokestack nor Braids. Because this has lifelink. I don't know actually. Like Theomancer, the fact that it comes back every turn. We're also a bit too heavy here, to be honest. I think I'll remove the Force Spike. Okay. Though a lot of people have been praising it. Oh, we only need to cut 3 cards. Oh, we got the Bloodline Keeper. I think want like one of the removal out, like maybe the ultimate prize and keep the Hero's Downfall. And then bring it in against more creature heavy decks, of course. But I think we should be fine against creature heavy decks. We have, like, if we can bring in Shouldered or something, then those decks are gone. So 2 more cards need to go. I'm also looking here, by the way, like, maybe I want this in, maybe I want that in. Don't worry, I'm looking at this, I'm not totally ignoring it. So we have, as discard effects, Entomb Thoughtseize, for our own that is. Thirst for Knowledge, Liliana. I think that's sufficient. Like Entomb Reanimate, especially with Vampiric, seems like a possibility. Like Entomb something on my upkeep, Vampiric, play a land, reanimate it. Seems totally possible. Although it will cost me like 10 life to bring Griselbrand into play. 10 life and 3 cards. You know, the card is a monster, what do you want? I think Coalition Relic is good enough. My Planeswalkers are good enough. Like, maybe not Jace Architect, but just look at it as twice mini factor fiction at sorcery speed. Plus it has upside against aggro decks, of course. But there shouldn't be plenty of aggro decks around. A Grave Robber, you know, flipping it early into 4/2 applies pressure, plus it is a reanimation spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think with 10 targets, August is good enough. Like 1 out of 4 cards will be instants or sorcery, so it's gonna miss sometimes, but not that often. The thing is though, if I start cutting into that, I have to cut the Augur as well. Like if I cut 2 instants or sorceries, I have to cut the Augur as well. Which might just be the way to go here. Like I don't see myself cutting any permanent here. Like the Planeswalkers are in, the creature base is almost solid here. No way I'm cutting Soul Ring, no way I'm cutting Animated or something, so I think I have to cut something like Force Spike, Augur, Force Spike, Augur, and what? Let's just look at it when it's like that. Force Spike and Augur. Like we can definitely make mono black, but I rather have the blue because those cards are worth it. We are gonna dump down our mana base for it, but I think mono black is a bit too weak. Although, yeah, not having Thirst and Jaces and so on might be a bit too greedy, but like, what else is there in black that's so powerful that I want it in now? Like Obliterator and Necropotence, but those are only 2 cards, and here we have like the best Planeswalker out there, which is Jace. You know, Nicopol is also a really strong Planeswalker, but I mean, that costs 8 mana. Oh wait, how come these are 23 cards? So we should be fine here. What the hell? Oh, we got the ultimate prize as well. Yeah, okay. So if we bring in the Force Spike, we have to bring in the Augur. If you're up against aggro, we bring in like Necrotal, Ultimate Prize, Augur, Force Spike, Friction Obliterator, stuff like that. Yeah. If we're up against artifact decks, we bring in No Rot. If you're up against control, Fencer and Mind's Desire. Okay, so what do we do with the mana base here? We have 2 blue already. I think we want like 7 blue. So we want like, I think something like this. Because we always need 2 islands, and we do have 12 black sources. So 7 blue for 5 blue cards, but you know, like 4 of them are double. The Coalition Relic is on the other fix. Yeah, okay. I'll submit, and I'll see you guys round 1.